Alright. Anyways, my name is Kenyon Hughes. My topic is for my presentation is business leadership um, styles. So basically, I chose this because it's my major is business management. So it's just something I got to do. Just learn more about this topic. I don't know if you can see this part. I don't know how to get that thing out of the way, but the question is, what do leadership styles have to do with the world? Um, Basically, right here it says they allow leaders to take ownership, control, and responsibility for the size and scope of the task ahead. It is crucial that you have somebody that leads and does the job well. And as a leader, you have to be able to know what's best to help the group, team, or company to succeed. Uh, the next question I have right here is why are business leadership styles important? Business leadership styles are essential to the world of business and anything that requires a leadership role. So it is important to recognize which one works best in the current situation to succeed. So on the right, you see the different kinds of leadership. Um, my bad. Right here, you can see the different types of business leadership styles. I won't be going over all of them, but the idea is you have different kinds of leadership styles that are important to the world of business and other things that require leadership role. So, who can be a leader? Honestly, anybody can. In certain circumstances, like a company or team, there has to be a leadership role. That leader has to stand up enough to help lead the people to success. So I say anybody can be a leader because it doesn't require you to be in a leadership role. Like you can be a good example towards people around you, and you can have a good work ethic, and that people will recognize that. And you don't have to say a word. You don't have to be a talker. And by your example is how you can show that you can lead. And of course, it's people that have that leadership role, and those people have their way of leading, and the best ones are able to adapt to the certain circumstances they are in. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is the leadership styles. So in my essay, I definitely went way more in depth about this stuff, but I'm just explaining the gist of these certain leadership styles. So I have like 4 or 5 of them on this presentation just because of time. And this one, narcissistic leadership style. Narcissistic essentially means when somebody is self-centered and also known as somebody that is selfish and wants only things only for themselves. A quote from the University of Penn Wharton School says narcissistic leadership is self-centered, it's not often results focused, and it is disrespectful to the team. This type of leader doesn't lead, he dictates. Leadership should foster collaboration and intrinsic motivation. A narcissistic leader who lacks empathy will instead breed disinterest or resentment. Uh, the next one is the democratic leadership style. In a sense, it can be similar to the narcissistic leadership style, but this one is more for the people. This one can be used as good and bad, but my point of view is more on the bad side. I say that because it's ruled by the people, and in other words, the majority vote gets surprised, and that goes towards the opposing side as well. So if you vote against whatever this circumstance is, then you're still gonna have to deal with the winning side. So the quote, all these quotes I have on this presentation are from the Penn Wharton School. So this quote says, a leader who never really lets or who never really takes charge and instead makes everyone else debate every decision and lose respect as an authority. team members may not understand why they're even reporting to someone who only leads in the democratic style in the workplace. So the narcissistic and democratic leadership style can be similar because um, it's just there's always going to be some people that don't like the idea of this leadership style, like because if this person doesn't agree with the narcissistic leadership person, then there's going to be competition going on. With Democratic, it's the same way. The other side that doesn't agree with this side, there's going to be conflict. You see that in politics, but it's just that's just how it is. And so now I'm going to talk about the good side from my point of view. So the authoritative leadership style. Authoritative means when there's someone that's trusted. So now, as in the leadership, it means when this leader is somebody that the people can count on, will all have a common goal or vision. The authoritative leader knows the mission, is confident in working toward it, and empowers team members to take charge, just as she is. The authoritative leader uses vision to drive strategy and encourages team members to use their strengths and emerge leaders themselves. This is also from Hamilton School. So this is pretty like good because like if you are someone that loves sports or plays a sport, um, like this works really well with the team because the coach is the guy that leads the team and he makes sure everyone's on the same page so that they can go succeed and to have the ultimate goal. So I thought this is pretty good in my opinion. The next one I'd like to talk about is empathetic leadership style. So this one is pretty big because to be empathetic, it means you have to be able to show that you will be vulnerable and be open towards the other person so that the two of you can grow and unite. As a leader, this means it involves understanding and identifying with the thoughts, feelings, and perspectives of others. And I have another quote from Penn Wharton School. It says the empathetic leader recognizes that great work starts with engaged workers. This type of leader starts to create strong emotional bonds on a team so that those working on it feel a sense of belonging. The empathetic leader makes it a priority to make teammates satisfied with them as a manager and with their team. The empathetic leader focuses on people first and work. So this is pretty cool because as a leader, you put others first and you get to know each other very well and you all figure out a way to have a common something between you guys. So common, like, I mean, that's what creates unity. Like, you all have something to work towards to, and you all have something in common. You don't have to be the exact same, but this is kind of similar to the authoritative leadership style because you have something where you can get together and to work towards a goal. And but this one's putting people first. And to conclude, I read this one book. It's called uh, Building Leaders the West Point Way, 10 Principles from the Nation's Most Powerful Leadership, written by Major General Joseph P. Franklin. He's a former commander of the Corps of Cadets at West Point. So he was also a football coach as well in the past. But the quote that like a quote that stands up in the book. It's a leadership book. So the quote says adaptability involves being innovative and creative, and it doesn't mean you just adapt yourself to something. You also adapt other things to the situation. This is great to apply to leadership side of things because being able to be innovative and creative is important to have growth opportunities. As a human being, as a human being, it is important to find what is best for you to become a successful leader. By learning what is right for you, you will succeed. Uh,